Melly had his first court hearing today for his September trial, and the new judge was shocked to learn how long he had been incarcerated. Melly had arrived at the courtroom with a new hairstyle, and he was clearly upset. But more on that later. The new judge started going through the case files until he stumbled upon Melly's jail time. It was reported that Melly needed to make an informed choice about his attorneys and that he had been incarcerated for 2,159 days.
No, but let me repeat myself. Mr. Demons has to make an informed decision about who he wants as lawyers. He's now been sitting in our jail for 2,159 days. So, how long would you like to be able to make that decision?
I can't determine when the investigation will be over. That's up to the Broward Sheriff's Office, but I can, as I said, I'm just asking for a week, and then I'm asking for at least a day or two.
You can decide by tomorrow. I've also reserved all of tomorrow.
This is exactly what Melly needed, a new judge who won't just side with the prosecutors. However, to increase Melly's chances of being released, his lawyers brought up this evidence from the original trial, which showed that Melly texted his ex-girlfriend in real time when the crime occurred, when he was fleeing from the men on the street. The judge couldn't believe that Melly had been sitting in jail for 2,100 days without a conviction. So he said, "Give us your final reason why he shouldn't be free by tomorrow, or I'm releasing him on bond."
The part where he's saying that someone just shot the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, "There's a car coming behind him, like hiding." He was like, "There's some," yeah, he's like, "Yeah, there's some. I think they're still out here or something." So I'm like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm okay." I said, "Well, where are Zach and Juby?" And he said, "I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're..."
Demonstrating that a car carrying opposing street members was pursuing Melly. But the prosecutors acknowledged during the Melly trial that no handgun was discovered.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what was used.
Court Bowie disclosed that the feds are doing anything they want with Melly, whether it's legal or not, but it appears they've been caught. This is necessary to comprehend why they are finally pushing the release talks through.
They're putting even more charges on him, and then
when they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. So it'd be 8-4.
Oh right, yeah.
They waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. Just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, after a mistrial, that doesn't.
According to a source, Melly's mother is currently suing the county prison to have her son released from custody because this has been his reality for the past 5 years, and the feds can do anything they want to him. Melly is suing the Broward Sheriff's Office for harsh treatment and wants to be released from prison immediately. He also says that they haven't let him visit or talk to any family members for 3 years, and they haven't even let him use a phone or check his mail.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail. They don't.
Charleston White responded to this revelation by saying that Melly shouldn't receive preferential treatment and that this is how she ought to live.
The YNW Melly. I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing, about being mistreated. When you done chose to play somebody.
This caused much distress for Melly's mother. Jamie King says she is devastated and powerless because Melly isn't even receiving humane treatment in prison.
You saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to.
Boozy would take notice of this and talk about the stress Jimmy King has been under.
She real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a.
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and shit.
But the feds would retaliate by creating a 6-page evidence file explaining reasons why Melly shouldn't be released from jail. You tell me if you would release him, starting with the most important new piece of evidence, which is what the motive was. Melly was very close with King Von, leading to his arrest. A rogue All-Block member sharing a secret Melly told King Von. Melly asked King Val for advice on how to handle a situation with Sack Chaser and Juvie.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Von was mad at me, bro. Why you put that, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why you still?
Involves Sack Chaser and Juvie pursuing Melly for financial gain, because it's a registered business where Melly and Borland performed concerts, sold merchandise, and promoted businesses in exchange for money. However, Sack Chaser and Juvie wanted a cut of the money, but did no work for it. If you know King Von's background and how he handled situations, you can guess how V would have instructed Melly to handle it. This was the piece of evidence that the prosecutors missed during the initial trial, which is a motive. When you combine this with evidence discovered on Melly's phone, it gets worse. Hours after the crime, he sent a text message confessing to.
Asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly County says what?
After that, SHH.
However, a saved video from someone's Facebook Live was also discovered on Melly's phone. It depicts Melly and the band's response to the crime just 6 hours after it was committed.
After it was done.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! No, still turned. Regardless of what happened, you already know.
The lead prosecutor would then delve deeply into the physical evidence of the crime, such as the Jeep they were driving in during the initial trial, and showed no remorse for the loss of the two best friends, knowing how Melly handled it emotionally. Sergeant Williams would then reveal that there was no way this could have been a drive-by.
Number, you said 17 outside the car. How many rounds were inside the car?
3.
And can you exclude the for Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas is coming from outside of the car?
Yes. From the driver's side back seat.
As to Christopher Thomas, where did that emanate from?
Driver's side back seat.
Oh. Is it possible for there to have been 2 inside that car?
No.
Why not?
There is no assignment, which is to determine if this is a driver. And my determination was that this is not a drive-by. And it's based upon this picture here, which is a very good picture to describe it. All of these rounds are done, one is done at a stationary position. The at a stationary position when all but one of these rounds are going in. The one round that has some movement in it, which is round site L here, the actually moving in.
Following Williams' admission that the crime must have occurred inside the car during the Melly trial, Juvie's mother took the stand and identified the person seated there.
Can you state your name, your full legal name for the jury?
I'm Leon Phillips.
Okay. And are you related to one of the victims in this case?
Yes, I am.
How so?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right-hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.
But to give Melly more time to explain why she must remain in jail.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Portland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Portland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Portland allegedly tampered with a witness.
When the federal government raided the band's home, they discovered documents crammed into a suitcase. According to the report, these are pictures of purported notes found during the raid, and Borland describes the locations of specific jurors and their appearances to show how serious this is.
Keep it real, this is sloppy. Borland, how the you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Holy sh! Like, come the f on. It's like doing them and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They're like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
Say, for instance, that Melly received a life sentence. These aren't the only accusations Melly and Borland are currently dealing with. Borland could have delivered this piece of paper to some major street members in order to exact revenge on Melly.
6 new charges against Demon, 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence.
The band's grave error was linked to these additional charges. Juvie's father would reveal the code words Melly and Borland used to coerce Melly's ex-girlfriend into not testifying against him during the initial trial, as well as how they were witness tampering.
There was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
They like to me, they going through extreme measures, try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and ASAP Rocky.
However, Melly's attorneys will be allowed to provide a defense to the evidentiary file that the prosecutors submitted, arguing that, according to a report, Melly's retrial won't be for a long time. The retrial for Melly's double rape case is scheduled for September 2025. Jamie King, his mother, even provided an update outside the courthouse.
Melly, till he's free, he's coming home, guys. Just patience. So we did have court today, him and Bort, they both had court. And so basically, the judge put a new trial date in for September 10th of 2025. Please make it make sense. I don't know. I don't know. At this point, they need to just dismiss the case. Yeah, he still doesn't have phone calls. Still no visitation. He's still in the new facility all alone by himself, no contact. He's not allowed to have contact with any other inmates. They move him around with several guards. It's like something you never